Yeah,
All right,
do it.
sticking with celebrities, Foo Fighters frontman Dave Grohl shared on Instagram that he fathered a new baby outside of his 23-year marriage. And he plans, I know, Dave Grohl, I know. He plans on being a loving and supporting parent. So still while trying to regain the trust of his wife and kids. Look, first of all, do we need this level of transparency with celebrities? Like, are they telling us too much?
That's a good question, yeah.
I don't know.
No, you guys don't think so? No?
What do you think, Teddy?
Well, you know, I recently read Dave Grohl's, I listened to it. I lied just there. I listened to his book. I didn't read it.
You don't know how to read.
I listened to his...
fragile.
Yeah, I am fragile. I listened to his autobiography, The Storyteller. It's fantastic. And this is really sad news because, you know, you read or listen to an autobiography, you kind of feel like you know the person a little bit. So this is really sad news. I really feel bad for his wife and his 3 daughters. He has 3 girls, as you mentioned. And I think for Dave Grohl, especially after checking out his book, I think for him being a good person, both being a good person and being perceived as a good person is very important to him. I think most people who are aware of him in the public eye, but especially after listening to that book, I think that's really important. So in this announcement, he was very adamant. The child is already born, and he said, you know, this girl, my daughter, I'm going to be there for her. I'm going to love her. So that, I think, is very important for him. Obviously, Arnold Schwarzenegger had a similar message with the child that he had with the affair with the person that was a staff member for them. And he's really stepped up and been a father to that boy. So I just overall, when I read this, it was really sad.
Yeah, it was
very,
sad.
very sad.
I totally agree. I don't know if we needed that level of transparency, but I think he did.
Yeah.
Like, he needed to...
That's the point. Like, Jess, I think it was for him.
It was
like,
for him,
so
but it's
sad,
also strategic to a certain degree. It could be equal measures strategy because obviously if he says it first, a magazine or a news outlet can't come out with it. So I think it is equal parts like
Speaking of strategy and timing, though, I'm sorry to interrupt. Do you think there's any chance that he announced it this week because he knew the news cycle was going to be dominated by this presidential
100%.
debate?
It's very
Is that a potential?
Yep, 100%. His people probably were like, this is
That's what I would do. I mean, the cynical side of me says, if anybody understands how showbiz works, a reporter probably got a scoop that he had a child out of wedlock due to an affair and probably reached out to his team and said, we've got this information and we're going to publish it in the next couple of days. We wanted, you know, which is often, I know it sounds like, why would they do that? But that is something that is very common.
To get a comment.
Give him the heads up, get a comment. And so I think he got out ahead of the story before somebody else could narrate his story for him. So that's the cynical side of me.
There's also something cathartic about confessing.
Releasing it.
Don't you
know, it reminds me of, do you remember John Tory, guys, that when he had that
Toronto
affair?
Mayor,
Like, if you don't know John Tory is like Toronto's dad, right? He was like vanilla, just like nothing, no scandal, nothing, and super boring. And then all of a sudden he has this affair with this younger woman.
Super boring. I love that.
Listen, we've covered Rob Ford. We've had our share of mayors. He campaigned on boring, and then he has this affair. So I think, and then he stepped down, and everyone's like, why'd you step down? Like, this is your personal life. But I think he inside felt so bad. Like, I let everybody down. I campaigned on boring, integrity, all this stuff, and then this happened. I think that's the same kind of thing. He feels bad, so he's doing it.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, well, we wish them all luck. Thanks for telling us. Thanks for telling us.
Thanks.
Hey, you, come a bit closer. We've got so many more must-see interviews, spicy debates, lifestyle tips, and pop culture moments. So subscribe to our channel by tapping the logo below and don't miss out.